Recently, I bought this ESR magnetic case secondhand, and I'll give you a review. We all know I can't afford a $200+ case, but I was aware of what I was getting myself into prior to buying. We've been here before. Here's a mouse I used to have. Please never install this driver. It just didn't destroy my computer, but it caused me so many problems. With a detachable case, it's easy to mount for alternative use, like drawing. I love that the case covers the Apple Pencil. When you close the case and carry it with you, you aren't risking dropping your Apple Pencil all over the place as I do. As for the keyboard, it has a really long battery life. I charge it about once a week. I turn it off right after I'm done using it, even if it's for short sessions. You don't really need to do this because the keyboard does power off by itself when it's not in use. The pairing itself is easy. It takes like 3 seconds with just press and hold of a button. Of the colors you select, brighter or darker, so it works very well with shortcuts like screen brightness and other window management settings. It's nice too because the typing is pretty quiet. As for the trackpad, I enable tap to click in settings because of horrors from the 2000s laptops. Even laptops to this day, like when you click them, also the clicking is a little bit loud, but when you get stuck and then you have a problem for eternity, I don't want to run into that. So I enabled that in setting. But now onto the cons, because I wanted this to be an honest video. So buying this secondhand, I knew the risks and what I was getting myself into, regardless of what things say, if they're new, if they're refurbished. It's always important to know that in something secondhand, there are risks. In that, I kind of expected that I'd have to repair something. If it was a fatal error, then I'd probably just use it as a case standalone. Everything else was working perfectly, except for this one edge. Here you can see the original case itself didn't properly fit with my iPad. It's the right size, except there's a manufacturing issue where the plastic is not flush with the side of the iPad. Only for the use cases that I have, I couldn't really forfeit the charging spot for the pencil, because I do draw pretty often. So we came up with our own solution, cutting the top part of the case in order to make space for the Apple Pencil. Now, technically, it works just like new. So that, I would say, is a sacrifice for the huge discount on the product. In terms of cons, I don't really recommend the color white. Even after a few days of using, dust and stains collect to white very fast. So if you have the choice, I wouldn't recommend going for white. I didn't have any alternative options for this case. I wouldn't recommend white. Another thing to consider is the case itself is relatively inflexible. It might take a bit of persistence to get the iPad into the case. But other than that, it's a good thing because it holds its magnet. You probably wouldn't want that to be like flexible because that could break it. Overall, it is a little bit heavy, but it's not bulky. I like to carry it around. I can fit it in my bag, so it's perfect. Another con, I would say the port doesn't have enough space necessarily for oversized adapter. Make sure to choose thin adapters when using external media. Due to the thick plastic of the case, different sizes might not fit. Final opinion, I use this every day. I'd recommend it if you use writing programs and organizational tools often. However, for the price, buying secondhand may be more cost effective, as long as you're able to take the risk and have the tools to repair if need be. Would I buy secondhand tech again? For sure. At a reasonable price, of course. If you're a student, it saves a lot of time, but I wouldn't pay more than $60. There are better alternatives for a similar setup. We might explore that. Anyways, I hope this was insightful. Maybe somebody found it helpful or was looking for a solution to the same problem. I'd like to make more reviews in the future. We'll see. Thanks for watching. Bye.